Geez, guys, there are more ways for the deep state puppets to obstruct the process and the innovations of the current administration than I never knew. President Trump made a point about something called blue slips, so I decided to look up what a blue slip is, and I was surprised to learn that it's just one more way to obstruct the democratic process, just like not showing up to prevent a quorum or filibustering the House. Across the United States, dozens of critical federal positions remain unfilled, and many of these vacancies are due to these blue slips sent by Democrats. This process dates back more than a century and allows home state senators to approve or oppose nominees for federal judgeships and U.S. attorney posts by simply returning or withholding a blue piece of paper sent to them by the Senate Judiciary Committee. The blue slip is not a formal rule of the Senate. It is merely a courtesy which can effectively serve as a de facto veto. Today, this so-called courtesy from people who have been anything but courteous is leaving us with a court system that is unable to process the 598,000 sealed indictments waiting in the wings. So while arrests may occur, there simply aren't the prosecutors and judges to try them. Currently, the vacant positions are significant, and moving civilian indictments en masse to military tribunals would not be legally possible without extraordinary new legislation, and even then would clash with constitutional protections. As of mid-August, there are roughly 48 open district court judgeships, 3 vacancies on the Courts of Appeals, and 1 on the Court of International Trade. In addition, 11 nominees are pending before the Senate, waiting for hearings and votes. That's a lot of vacant positions. A few of these vacancies are routine, such as the result of retirements or elevations to higher courts. But in at least 10 district court vacancies, the lack of progress can be directly traced to the blue slip policy, where Democratic senators in certain states have declined to endorse President Trump's nominees, effectively freezing the process. Please don't forget to hit the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. I'm up to 3 videos a day with so much happening, and you won't want to miss any of the veiled truth that the dark ones don't want you to know about. If you want to help me with the channel expenses, we have memberships as low as $3.99, and I'm also so grateful for every super thanks tip as well. So let's talk about the bogus blue slips being used to impede our evolution. The problem extends beyond the judiciary into the nation's federal prosecutors. There are 93 United States attorney offices, each serving as the top federal law enforcement officer in each district. While most currently have acting or interim leadership in place, several high-profile nominations have been derailed entirely because of withheld blue slips. One prominent example is New Jersey, where President Trump nominated attorney Alina Habba for United States Attorney. The state's 2 Democratic senators refused to return their blue slips, and without their support, Habba's nomination never advanced to a committee vote. Instead, she served in an acting capacity until a federal judge ruled her appointment unlawful because she had never been properly confirmed. Similar interim arrangements exist in other states, leaving many offices without Senate-approved leadership. Is this leadership or a bunch of crooked politicians protecting their own agendas? The stakes in these vacancies are high. Judgeships are lifetime appointments that shape how federal law is interpreted for decades to come. United States attorneys oversee prosecutions on issues ranging from organized crime to political corruption. When these roles are left unfilled, the effects ripple across the justice system, leading to delays in court dockets, uneven enforcement of federal law, and unprosecuted crimes that pass their statute of limitations. They will try anything to avoid paying for their crimes. The controversy is not just in the existence of the blue slip tradition, but in how it is enforced. Different Senate Judiciary Committee chairs have treated it differently over the years. In the mid-20th century, it was almost an absolute veto. No blue slip meant no hearing. More recently, some chairs, particularly Republicans, have loosened its power when dealing with appellate nominees, while continuing to honor the blue slips for district court judges and United States attorneys. Chairman Chuck Grassley has doubled down on preserving the practice, arguing that it protects Senate prerogatives and ensures local voices are heard. I'm really beginning to worry about Grassley's allegiance. President Trump and others see it as an outdated relic that is being weaponized to obstruct his nominees. The resulting stalemate has turned the blue slip into one of the most potent partisan tools in Washington. It is clearly being used as a partisan blockade, leaving critical offices empty and undermining the administration of justice. So, what is the next move of the administration to keep the prosecutions coming and halt the weaponization of the system? Well, first, it's important to understand that the blue slip is a Senate tradition, not a statute or constitutional requirement. Whether a missing blue slip blocks a nominee depends on the policy of the Judiciary Committee chair at the time, which is currently Chuck Grassley. Nominees can still be moved to hearings and floor votes, even if one or both home state senators refuse to return their blue slips. Historically, when chairs like Grassley blocked nominees, the White House and Senate leadership sometimes applied pressure or cut deals to move at least some nominees forward. You know, it's one thing to make deals with other countries. There's something seriously wrong when we have to bargain with our leaders to do their job. So I expect to see some pressure on Grassley in the near future. While the chair can stall the process, they don't have absolute power. If the majority of the Senate wants to confirm nominees, they can use a discharge motion, rule changes, or floor procedures to override the chair. The nuclear option of changing precedent by majority of vote is the most extreme but simplest solution possible for so many pending nominations. In short, the numbers tell the story. Nearly 50 judgeships and multiple United States attorney posts remain open because the blue slip has been invoked as a roadblock. This obstructive vehicle must be removed if we are able to effectively drain the swamp and punish the guilty. So when you hear this blue slip rubric, don't fall for it. In my opinion, it's a weapon against responsible leadership. It actually infuriates me when I hear these people using the titles the Honorable or the Gentleman. Who do these people think they are fooling? The very procedures of our legislative branch are a lie created to give the worst criminals known to mankind credibility. Well, we don't buy it anymore. Your masks are coming off and the guilty will pay because nothing can stop what is coming.